All right, we are here for Roll 35 at Velvet in Bend, Oregon, prior to Rage Films' premiere of Pretty Good, and we are here with Rage Films. Dan Norkunis, Sky Pinnick here to my left, and we are going to get down to business of what it actually takes to put together a ski movie. 45 minutes of passion, but a lifetime of work and effort, or what?
Yeah, it really is. It's crazy that these films actually take a full year to produce. You know, it starts pretty much coming up here in like a month or so. We start thinking about where we're going to go in the winter, make the plans, rally the athletes, get the sponsors, and then we go out and start filming. And then about June or so, we start editing. And then here we are again in September, showing the movies and going on tour. So it's a full year process.
So there's, you know, seasonality of winter, spring, summer, fall, and you guys kind of work right with it.
Yeah.
Now, I presume somebody has to stay at home base and somebody has to travel. Who's that?
This year, Dan did the lion's share of traveling. Dan and the other camera guys, they did a lion's share of the traveling, out chasing snow clouds and tracking it down. And I did more of the home base, headquarters stuff. So a little bit of a change for me this year. The cave.
Right on. Well, Sky's in the cave. Dan's out in the wilderness. What's that like, trying to keep everything in order with athletes, filmers, a budget, I'm sure, and trying to keep everybody happy and skiing well?
It's a complete junk show. I mean, that's probably the best way to describe anything of what we do. I don't know. I mean, there's never the right place to be. There's never, I don't know, you always think you should be somewhere else. Somewhere else is getting more snow than this place, or, you know, skiers want to go here, you want to go there, you want to stay closer to home, they want to be closer to the home. So it's a coordinating nightmare, but it's weird how it sometimes works out. Most of the time works out, I guess. I don't know, I watch the Weather Channel a lot and look at the internet over and over and over and second guess every drive you make. Every midnight drive you make through snowstorms, maybe. Yeah.
Can you identify Weather Channel broadcasters by their voices?
I don't actually, I think it's just all internet now these days. I don't know, you just geek out and look at like radar and satellite and just, I don't know, you become like a weather nerd. You're like, I feel like I'm like a storm chaser chasing a tornado, but you're just trying to chase some snowflakes, which seems simple enough, right? But it's way more complicated than it ever should be.
Yeah, I'd put Dan up against any meteorologist out there. I mean, he's got game. He's chasing it, man.
We'll get in arguments, I think, at the bar in Bend with a meteorologist every once in a while. Just because, I don't know, you watch those things so much, you think you might know more than they, but you really don't know more than they do.
There's a lot of science that goes into it, yeah. But
well, you're not going to run into Christian Boris at the bar anymore, though. You guys know that, right?
Yeah, no more. My brother actually likes to compete with him on forecasting, so it's pretty funny.
Well, what's the biggest storm you nailed last year and the biggest storm you missed?
Biggest storm we missed, I think. I actually went to Europe, and the first day I was there was like 2 feet deep, and the second day it was raining. And then we were there for 14 more days trying to chase 6 inches of snow and figure out where it didn't rain. So that was the worst of it. I mean, spending $1,000 on a plane ticket to have it rain on the second day isn't the greatest, I think. Trip we nailed, probably Oregon and Utah. Utah always gets dumped on, and we got it a couple times with 3 feet of fresh. And Oregon, too, it's consistent. And I don't know, stay at home, too. That's like easier to convince myself not to have to leave my own bed, I guess.
Well, obviously, Rage Films has been in this industry for a while, producing movies year after year after year, and also some special projects. What have been the biggest changes over the last decade in your mind?
Babysitting.
Baby stuff.
You know, it's sort of I guess adapting with the progression of the sport has been one of the cool things. You know, it's funny because every year it seems like the budget gets a little bit bigger. The competition gets a little bit more solid. It forces you to expand and do more. So it's, you know, bigger trips, more exotic locations, more heli time, you know, things like that is kind of the evolution of it for us. So. And the kids.
I don't know, I think it's become a more youthful thing. Like back in the day, those big mountain guys are 30-year-old dudes. Now it's like 16-year-old kids. And doing a trip with 16-year-old kids is awesome because they're so energetic, but at 2 in the morning when they want to go get milkshakes, it's like you kind of just want to go to sleep. And they're like, milkshakes, milkshakes. And I mean, they throw themselves down stairs and rails and stuff. You might as well get them a milkshake. They deserve it, but it's a little much when you have 3 17-year-olds in the back seat, you know, eating candy and wanting milkshakes.
It's funny because Dan and I keep getting older, but the skiers stay the same age. Oh, yeah.
Straight from Dazed and Confused right there.
Yep.
All right, so what stayed the same in your mind over the last 10 years of making ski films?
Well, you know, at the end of the day, it's still ski porn. I mean, it is what it is. It's action and music, and it's, you know, the formula is pretty much the same to an extent. What we did this year, though, that was pretty cool and a little unique is that, you know, and Dan can talk about this too, we did more location-based segments instead of athlete-based segments. So instead of seeing a certain name on there for, you know, 3 minutes and just watching what they're doing, it's about, you know, the trip to Idaho and the camaraderie there and everyone working as a group to get the shots. And so it's kind of a cool flow, and, you know, we think it worked out pretty good.
Yeah, we're kind of, I don't know, I think all in all, we're not the most I mean, we're professional in our, I guess, what we do, but we're kind of like a slapstick team of idiots in the backcountry sometimes that kind of know what they're doing. So, I don't know, this way we kind of could show a little bit of the humor behind it and show that it's serious, you know, when you're like out there in the backcountry and there's avalanches and it's dangerous, but like, end of the day, you're skiing and you're having fun. So that's like something we also try to show in the movie. You know, it's like, it's more personality and it's not all about, yeah, we just need to nail the sickest shots. Like, I think that's kind of over redundant, and we're just trying to have a fun time and, you know, kind of showcase that a little bit too.
Well, right on. We got Sky Pinnick and Dan Arkunis from Rage Films. Where is tonight going to end, gentlemen?
The black zone.
Hopefully not in a gutter.
Yeah. Hopefully, like, not halfway home in a ditch or someone's lawn.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty fun. We're going to have the after party here at Velvet, which you can see in the background. New bar in town, and it's going to be pretty fun. Pretty good.
Right on. Pretty good. You heard it here first. Roll 35 in Bend, Oregon. We're going to go see Pretty Good at 7 and 9 o'clock at the Tower Theater. We'll see you guys there.